Hello, future crypto millionaires. In this video, we are going to do some quick technical analysis on AAVE. But before we begin, I have an important announcement to make. This is your last chance to join the Telegram group for free and lock in lifetime access. Because in just a few days at the start of next month, the group becomes $25 to join. But if you join right now, you will never pay a dime. Your access is locked in for life completely free. This is my gift to those of you who did support the channel early. Once the price goes up, it only applies to new members, and the price is going to keep increasing from $25 to $49 and so on. So be smart, get in now, and secure your free lifetime spot before the door closes. This is a no-brainer, guys. Look what we've been doing in the group. Just a few days ago, I posted auction on my Telegram group. 10 days later, boom, 310% up. You see, here on CoinMarketCap, auction is a top performer, trending coin. This is not luck, guys. We have been doing this over and over again. So click the link in the description below and join for free, as long as it's free, before you miss out another trading setup with 300% profits. Okay, now let's go back to the chart. This is AAVE over USDT daily chart on Binance. As you see here, back in December of 2024, AAVE pumped all the way up to $400. However, this is not the all-time high. If you zoom out a little bit, you'll see that AAVE's all-time high is located all the way up to $665 approximately, and it happened back in 2021 when AAVE experienced its first full-blown bull run. And then traders and investors took profits around this area, and the price action started pulling back, started downtrending. Eventually, the price action broke out of this downtrend, and then after the breakout, we saw some kind of a long accumulation before the next leg up. This is not the first time that we are talking about AAVE, guys. As you see here, if I zoom in again, I have this red triangle pattern going on. I shared this with you on my Telegram group. Look at this, guys. We had this lower descending red trend line that had been acting as support. As you see, the price action bounced here multiple times, bounce here, another bounce, bounce after bounce. And also we had this upper descending red trend line that had been acting as a resistance. As you see, the price action got rejected here, another rejection, another rejection. And when I posted this setup on my Telegram group, the price action was moving somewhere around here, testing this upper descending red trend line that had been acting as resistance. And I told you guys that since the price action has been getting rejected here, we might see another rejection, another pullback to the downside. That's why I draw this line here. And then I told you, then after this pullback, we might see a bounce here at this lower support trend line. And as you see, this is exactly what happened. The price action got rejected here, pulled back, and then we saw a very strong bounce. Buyers stepped in and pushed the price action higher. The price action broke out with a lot of volume, as you see here, right? Broke out with a lot of volume, then came back and had a retest, some kind of a double bottom idea, and then boom, continuation move to the upside until it pumped all the way up to this target that I talked about earlier of $400. From this breakout to this high, this local high, this measured move is around 157%, which is a huge move, guys. Also, for those of you who bought the retest right here, that was a 164% move. And therefore, people made money with the setup that I posted in the group. So now, this is the new setup that I am going to talk about. We have the price action reaching this high, and then as you see here, traders and investors took profits again, and the price action pulled back, started moving in a downtrend inside this pattern that I have here on the chart. This is a huge falling wedge pattern, guys. It has a 65 to 70% chance of breaking to the upside. We have this lower descending yellow trend line that has been acting as support. We had a bounce here, another bounce here, another bounce, some kind of a fake out here, a few bounces right here, and this bounce over 3 touches. Therefore, that's a very valid support trend line. And also we have this upper descending yellow trend line that has been acting as resistance. We got rejected here, another rejection, another rejection here. Even though it's not touching, this can be considered to be a rejection, another rejection here. And we are currently testing this trend line, just like we did back here, guys. That's why I showed you this. So therefore, Since the price action has been getting rejected here, we might see another rejection and another pullback to the downside before we see a breakout. Nobody knows. As long as the price action is moving inside the pattern, we have to assume that it's going to continue moving inside the pattern until it breaks out. Again, this is a falling wedge pattern. It has a 65 to 70% chance of breaking to the upside. Therefore, I am expecting the price action to break out of this pattern above this upper descending yellow trend line. I expect the price action to break out of this downtrend sooner or later. And as you see, the price action doesn't have a lot of room to move inside this pattern, right? It's being squeezed in right here at the tip of this pattern. So we might see technically another pullback, but sooner or later, I expect to see a breakout. So the bearish case scenario is we see a rejection here and a pullback. Hopefully, we are going to see a small pullback and a bounce at this key level of support that's located at $161. This is going to be pretty bullish if the price action bounces here because we might have some type of a double bottom idea before the breakout. And this is going to be amazing if it happens. But if the price action breaks below this key level of support and it experiences an even deeper pullback, watch for a bounce at this lower descending yellow trend line that has been acting as support. A bounce here, and then later we might see a potential breakout above this huge falling wedge pattern. Okay, now if you are familiar with how to open a short position, you might want to consider opening a short position if the price action gets rejected here. But if you're a beginner, I do not recommend you doing that because shorting is risky. And also, if you are an advanced trader and you know what you're doing, I also don't recommend that because this is a huge falling wedge, a huge triangle pattern that's very, very bullish. And I wouldn't short this setup. If there was some kind of a rising wedge, the story would be different. But I wouldn't short this setup right here because as you see, the price action doesn't have a lot of room to play inside this triangle pattern, and therefore that doesn't make sense to me. But for those of you who want to trade this in a safer manner, I think you should focus on longing. You should focus on the bullish case scenario that I am going to present right now. If you're a beginner, what I would do would be to wait for the price action to do its thing, and then when it breaks out, I would buy the breakout, scale in on the retest, and wait for a continuation move to the upside. So I take some profits when the price action hits one of these targets that I have here on the chart. Okay, that's the plan for the bullish case scenario. So we might see the price action breaking out in the coming hours or days, right? Right here. Or we might see a pullback first, a bounce on this key level of support that's located on 161, and then a breakout. Nobody knows. Nobody can predict the future, guys. We are not here to predict. We are here to react to what the price action is doing. So if the price action does this, we are going to do this. If the price action does that, we are going to do that. We always have a plan for everything. So as long as the price action is moving inside the triangle pattern, we have to assume that it's going to continue moving inside the pattern until it breaks out. This is a bullish pattern. It has a 65 to 70% chance of breaking to the upside. So I would wait until a breakout occurs because this breakout is going to technically be a breakout of the downtrend. It can potentially be the beginning of a change of trend from a downtrend to an uptrend. After the breakout, we might see an explosive move to the upside, of course, and take some profits, fast profits into our pocket, or we might see some kind of consolidation before the next leg up. Okay, the consolidation would be really bullish if it happened. Okay, so it doesn't matter. What we don't want to see is the price action breaking below this horizontal level that I have here on the chart of 161.49. After the breakout, we want this level to hold or the price action to start moving higher. I have a few targets here for you guys. Let's look at the measured moves from the current price levels. If we see a breakout right now, the measured move to this first target that's located at $270, 270.29 to be exact. That's a 49% move, almost 50%. The second target is located at $386, 386.85, and that's a measured move of 114%. from the current price levels. Of course, if we see a pullback to this key level of support, these measured moves are going to become even greater. For example, the measured move from this key level of support, if the price action comes back and retests this, is going to be a 68% to the first target and a 140% approximately to this second target that I have here on the chart. That's why these pullbacks are awesome, guys. These pullbacks are amazing buying opportunities if you know how to trade them well. And as you see here on CoinMarketCap, AAVE's market capitalization is currently sitting right above 2.73 billion. And therefore, this token is kind of heavy. It needs some kind of liquidity to flow into it in order to make moves. It's not going to move easily. However, if Bitcoin starts performing well, I think that AAVE can pull a 100 over a 100% move easily. Let me know in the comments below, guys, what is your price prediction for AAVE for 2025 or in the long term? That's all I had for you today. Make sure that you subscribe to the YouTube channel, click the like button, click the bell icon so you receive notifications when I post these setups, and I see you on the next one, guys. Take care.